Alrighty, folks, it's time for part 8 of the Rayman playthrough over here on the Fromark channel, and it's also time for Picture City. Picture City! Picture City! City! Anyways, this level's pretty neat, or this world's pretty neat because it's aesthetic as art supplies. It's like drawing or painting a picture. But yeah, there's erasers everywhere and eraser planes. There's all them little thumbtacks. There's plenty of pencils and ink and what I assume is a desk in the background. Then there's a ton of Yin Yang Ball here too that you can bounce on. They're kind of like the Plum and Dream Forest. But one thing I really do like is that I just got the first Electoon cage here. Now I'm pretty divided toward Picture City. Some of it I like, some of it I can't stand, I will admit. I would say that this is probably my least favorite world out of all the worlds in the Rayman 1 game. I feel like it picks right back up, though, in the Cave of Scops after this. And that bizarre Yin Yang Ball. It'll respawn. There it is. I'm just gonna use that to get some extra health over here. And now I will go on about my business. Ride these pencils floating in the ink. And the ink will kill you just like water. And you also want to watch when you're on some of those pencils because sometimes they won't respawn after they go into the ink. So it's just good to proceed with caution. This is definitely a spot where you want to be cautious. I mean, the entire Picture City you want to be cautious. The entire game, I would say you want to be cautious, and I've made a few mistakes here and there already of not being quite as careful as I could be. This is a very nail-biting section, my personal opinion. But I was able to mosey on through there. But I need to come back to this section. This is right toward the end of the level, luckily. But I will have to come back and try not to fall into the ink. I gotta make my way up here, and now I can go back. I'm just all about trying to make sure them cages are retrieved as soon as possible. Which in the last part I did get a bunch of stuff taken care of as far as getting Electoon cages and getting myself caught back up. Because the only Electoon cages left to get are in Picture City and Cave of Scops. Now make my way back down through here and ride the pencils. It's been a hot minute since I've really used a pencil for anything. Don't really ever use them anymore. I mean, sometimes they're kind of neat. I like colored pencils. I love colored pencils. I hate crayons. I feel like colored pencils are superior to crayons in every way. But there's just not much need to really use pencils. As an adult, most people expect you to sign all your documents and do everything with ink pen and ink, and a lot of the companies I work for, it's kind of a rule when you're doing documentation, you can't use a pencil. Which doesn't really bother me any, but it would be kind of nice to give some pencils some love. Yeah. And there's some more stuff back here, I do believe. I guess just the extra life. I like the music here. It's really laid back. It's really chill. This one also makes an appearance in the next area in Picture City. The Pencil Pentathlon. I think it's pronounced Pentathlon. Pentathlon? Yeah, look out for them spoon riders. They riding on them spoons. Spoons! Ooh, And I managed to get hit by them, of course. Which they look kind of similar to the main boss in Picture City. At least a little bit. They're supposed to be her goons. Which the name of the boss in Picture City is Space Mama. It's not really revealing too much because I'll have to deal with her within the next couple of sections of Eraser Plains. Because there are 2 times you actually have to battle Space Mama. But not quite there just yet. Of course, there's once again just a whole slew of stuff to look out for. Boing, boing, boinga, 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 boinga. There's so many bouncy yin yang. And now that they're all out of the way, now I can go back over here, which is what I will proceed to do. Now that I'm Tiny Rayman. Ooh. Now I can get the cage. But before I start getting too excited, there's still a couple of cages left to retrieve. Grab that. As having a full bar of health is always an important thing. And yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. Now I can go. Now I can go. You know what? Yeah, there we go. And then I gotta come back over here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah! But I still got one more to find. Ooh. That's never good. So I go ahead and take care of this once again. At least there's only one cage left to obtain. Crawl around over here for a minute. And, of course, try not to get myself killed. Just really careful maneuverability. Yeah, that extra life's not really worth it. Hey, smiley face. And now I can backtrack and get the cage. But I will have to backtrack just a little bit further than that. Because since I'm not Tiny Rayman, I need to be continue icon size. Yeah. I did that the wrong way, but that's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I just, look out for these Yin Yang Ball with their rolling eyes. And look out for those dudes too, bonk. But yeah, I like this Eraser Plains well enough. It's mostly just the forthcoming levels of Pencil Pentathlon and Space Mama's Crater that I don't like. And I would say the second boss battle with Space Mama is my least favorite. And wow, I managed to do that, didn't I? So once again, I'm gonna start that from scratch. And I'm surprised I didn't cut any of this out when I was doing my edit work, but it's all fine and good in this neighborhood. Sometimes mistakes are made. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But yeah. I would say after this will be the first Space Mama battle. Unless there's an extra level after this that I'm forgetting about. But I couldn't tell you quite for sure just off the top of my head. You just have to watch the playthrough with me, folks. And there's this fancy bonus level here. Now, I haven't shown off very many of the bonus levels in this game, but this is one I felt pretty good about, so I went ahead and went out of my way to get it since it's right at the end of the level. And it's pretty straightforward. You just run through the level, grab all the tings before the time runs out. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention when I seen how many you're supposed to get. I think maybe 12, something like that. Okay, maybe it's a little more than 12. It was 15. But I made it through with the extra life. And if you play these levels through twice, it just turns into like a time attack where you just best your time each time. Time to time. I paused there for a second. I wonder why I did that. Because I really don't remember. But I do remember. I have to go back over here for a second. And yeah, here we go. First battle with Space Mama. Space Mama. Mama Luigi. Ha! But before we have to battle Space Mama, we gotta battle this swashbuckling crew of pirate enemies on this theater stage. Must have gotten in the middle of some kind of stage production. But there's a stage production of Fromark playing Rayman going on here that needs to be taken care of, so get out of my way, you stupid pirates. Okay, here's the first showdown with Space Mama. Now, there aren't as many... She doesn't have as much health as she does the second time around. She's not as difficult as she is the second time around, so... Mostly what you want to do is just avoid all the swords that she throws at you and just bounce and give the big bonk whenever necessary. And once again, there's a pattern that you just gotta figure out. But yeah, I still remember that Easter that I first played through Picture City when I was playing it on the PS1. And I made it here. I just barely made it here too that time. Of course, a lot of my playthroughs of Rayman, I felt like I pretty much cut it close on lives and continues, and just a lot of close calls. And even in this one, it's certainly not perfect. And somehow that sword did not hit me, but I will take that as a win. I just gotta deliver 2 more bonks. And I would say that'll close out part 8. As I'm checking what time I'm at, and it looks like it's right at the end. So I just gotta be patient here for just a second. And now I can deliver that last bonk. Yeah, that was the last bonk. You also want to look out for them swords as they bounce away after that last bonk, because you can get hit and die. But folks, that's going to do it for part 8. I hope to see you in the next part. Anyways, this is Fromark once again. I'll see you then.